what I think we should do or shouldn't do, but to that thing, so I try to get my head around this thing. We sent out the minimal applications, so let's say we get 50 applications. I would think each one of us should look at those 50 applications. And we would all go through and score it, and we would say, the first phase would be, we all take the applications home. We come back, and of the 50, you say 25 met criteria, the other 25 didn't. And if I came and said, well, 30 met and 20 did, if we have a different number on minimum, then we need to figure out, we all 5 take them home, figure out minimum. If one of us says, this one did, and this one didn't meet minimum criteria, then we need to have a discussion, figure out why our scores are different. Because that's objective, right? I mean, the minimum criteria should be completely objective. So we should all come back
We should all come back with the same number of minimum.
But then we can check each other by each of us doing it. We come here and say, well, you scored this one as making it, this one didn't. And then we can do due diligence to all the applications so that we don't miss something. If there's 5 eyes on it, we should all come to the same base minimum conclusion. So then the next phase, so of the 50, let's say we have 25 in the minimum criteria. Then we all, like, I'll just use the Hawaii thing as an example. So we would, let's say we adopted Hawaii, and it could be Illinois or whichever. We'd go, and they have it based out, 10 points based on their industries. They get another 10 points for financial stability, 10 points for public health program, et cetera. And so we would all grade them. We'd all come back, score them again. And if I had a facility here that would say, I scored them at 100 and you scored them at 50, if there's that big of a discrepancy, I think we should figure out how 2 of us came across with such a vast opinion of them. And maybe throw out the top and bottom scores, I don't know. But once we get the criteria, so we do all 25 of them, let's say 5 of them score 100 points, 5 of them score 80 points. But if we have a range, then we would take the top, we'll do 5. Let's say 10 score, let's say 10 score 100 points and 10 score 80 points. Then we would just take those 10 and we would throw them into there, and then we do a lottery draw from there.
And then if we wanted to do the double line kind of drawing or something, we could write that in. But yeah, that would be the same thought.
That's kind of how that's kind of how I'm envisioning this.
We're trying to take them down from whatever the big number is, make sure everybody meets it, then say, okay, we're gonna let the cream rise to the top, whatever that looks like.
Yep.
So now we got 10 that I guess I would consider their A application. They're in the 90th percentile or whatever. We can talk about that, but whatever that is, then we take that
and we lottery it out.
And we do the lottery.
That's kind of how I see it. I think we can compare numbers, because we each grade them, particularly on the minimum requirements, we should all have the same.
And then I think that open for discussion, if you have a discrepancies between scores, you have to discuss.
And we should, I want to know, well, why did you think this one was an 80 and I thought it was a 70? Well, where are we? What were we thinking?
If you're gonna score, this might be something to think about. This would cut down maybe on the distance between what's a 7, what's a 10. If you did something like 2 meets criteria, you get 2 points. If it exceeds, you get 3. If it doesn't, you get 1. That way, you're not sitting here, well, what's a 6? The broader your scheme, the more open you are to saying, well, your idea of a 7 is not my idea of a 7. But if it's just a one-off, or if it's what you asked for, it's this many points. If it's not, it's a 1-up. Or it's 1 down. If it's more than what you've asked for, it's a 1-up. It's just a thought in the scoring, if you're going to do that.
So have a lower than that. I see some of these are scoring 300 points or.
Yeah,
I kind of
I don't
agree.
think the number matters. I think that's important that
It's the process.
And you state that, you exceeded this or you just met the minimum requirements for this area. I agree, I like that.
Because if you guys come back together and you're trying to collaborate on who should go forward, then you're going to have to explain your numbering scheme. But meets criteria, doesn't meet criteria, exceeds criteria, and assign a number to that, that's a lot easier. I think.
And if we're off the numbers, I think if you could, a good discussion with it, and I think that gives us a lot of objectivity too, that we're going to figure out why we had different numbers.
Yeah.
If we each grade each applicant, talk it out publicly as to why